My name is Jarosław Broda. I'm CEO and the project director of Baltic Power.
My name is Jens Poulsen and I'm the project director of Baltic Power.
Jens, I think it's good to be here at the end of this long development phase that we went through over the last 2 years, right?
It has been a very interesting journey the last 3 years since we first started the cooperation in Baltic Power between the two partners.
True, it's been 3 years when the negotiations on the JV started between Baltic Power and ORLEN, and then 2 years of a joint effort to develop and get to the point where we are. So the point where all of the permits are there, all of the contracts are there, and the financing. Jens, it must have been quite an adventure for you to come to Poland and develop the first Polish wind farms together with us here in Warsaw.
It has been extremely inspiring, and actually it's also my first time in Poland when I set my foot here in Warsaw 3 years ago. So I didn't know anything about the Polish country, but what I have experienced is that the cooperation in the joint venture has been extremely strong.
Also for us and for me, it's been a pleasure and a great adventure to work with you and all the Northland Power team. And I think that combination of our ORLEN experience and your experience in offshore made enormous benefit to the project. We're the most advanced in Poland right now.
Yeah, when we started, I don't think we were. But we have actually managed to be the front runner over the last 2 years. And it's also clear, even though you can say as Northland that we are coming with the experience doing an offshore wind farm in different countries of the world, it's also very clear to me that we would never have succeeded if we have not been in this cooperation with ORLEN, where you know the country. It's a new country where the authorities have not seen offshore wind before, so it have not created, but required a very strong effort from ORLEN's side to secure that side, at the same time as we together have developed the project.
When I first saw the timeline, I've already thought it's ambitious, but I definitely didn't appreciate fully the challenge to do that in such short time frame. We cut down the negotiation contract time by 1/3, half. The same with the time on project finance. And it all made perfect sense because there is a project to be built, there's scarcity of contractors on the market, so we had to get them when they were available. And look, we're changing Polish energy system, we're making transformation happen. This is the first project, this is the big one. Now when I think about your question, maybe we also managed to do that because of this 100+ people that work so heavily. I heard that we drank 18,000 cups of coffee over the last 2 years, only in this office, excluding everything that was drunk in other offices. So that was a huge effort, and there was a great team spirit behind that, both from internally mixed team, because we have one team internally, and advisors, which also put a lot of efforts on the technical side and on project finance side. Maybe just to picture, on project finance side, we had like 6 advisors working with us, and at the end of the day we've got 25 institutions that lend money to the project. 25 institutions from all around the world that trusted Baltic Power, that trusted Northland and ORLEN, that we're able to deliver the project, and they lend us 4.4 billion euros, the biggest ever project finance made in Poland. So I think it's not only that, Jens, we're happy, but people appreciate what we prepared as Baltic Power.
Yeah, and on top of that, I also think it's interesting to look at our team, because it's what I would call a multi-international team. We are currently 18 different nationalities working on the Baltic Power project. So it's not only Northland and ORLEN, but it's actually people from across the globe, majority from Europe, obviously, but we have people from Canada and US and Asia as well. So it is a very interesting team to lead.
How do you see it, Jens? What are the biggest challenges that we faced over the last couple of years and we will have in front of us to develop such a large project?
I can definitely promise you that, yes, we have seen a lot of challenges the last few years. First of all, we need to divide the full team because of COVID. So we were working, sitting across Europe for quite some time, the last 2 years. Then, of course, we have the capacity issue with the supply chain, where we have done our utmost to secure what I would say the top contractors in the market, where we have been successful. I think we really have a strong range of suppliers to secure and reduce the challenges in the future. But if we look into construction, then clearly we have already started construction, but it's clear that in the period we're entering right now, we are gonna ramp up our team. We certainly will have a lot of quality surveillance in all the fabrications. We have multi-contracting. So yes, we have 8 major contracts, but beside of that, there is 3 or 4 larger sub-suppliers for each of these contractors, where we need to oversee and follow and make sure that we get, at the end of the day, the right quality for the project. So that requires a huge effort.
We also don't forget about Polish local content. We definitely are gonna meet the challenge that was put in front of us to deliver between 20 to 30% of the local content. The target that was set in a sector deal that we signed as Baltic Power, and also our shareholders signed. I think that's a clear sign that it's not only the wind farm, but on the back of this large-scale project, also local economy will develop, get new unique skills that can be later on exported. And one of the examples can be Vestas factory that is built on the back of our contract or supported by our contract, and we hope to get at least a good part of our nacelle from the Polish factory, which will be a great step for the local industry as a whole.
Yeah, on top of that, what's also going to be important if you look at a more broad perspective, I believe there is another around 10 gigawatt to be developed and installed on top of what is already planned now. That requires a lot of skilled resources. So the next few years, it's going to be extremely important that Poland get all the young engineers, lawyers, etc. into this business, so they're ready to develop it, maybe with support from external developers, but the workforce need to improve heavily, and there is lots of opportunity to learn the business the next few years on our project. I would also like to use this opportunity to say thank you to you, Jarek, for the cooperation. I very much appreciated it. And what I also appreciate is that we have 2 shareholders where we are supported in every mile of our road to reach our goals. And then, of course, I would like to give my gratitude to the full team that have been on board and has come on board, and say thank you so much for your effort, for late nights, weekends, whatever it takes. You are the best team I have worked in. I can say that by heart.
Yes, also thank you, Jens, for this exciting journey. I can mirror thanks for shareholders, and I do want to say thank you for everybody that contributed to the project. There was a team that was working over times, really dedicated, really trying to deliver, and they were successful. We started with 30, we ended up with 120 people. If it wasn't for the effort of each and every person, we wouldn't have been there. And it's not only the team, there was a lot of people in the environment around us that believed in the project and supported us. In different public institutions, people that really made an effort to find a new way for the new type of asset to be developed, to grant us permits on time or before time. So thank you very much for everybody who believed in the project, who believes in offshore wind and transformation.